Greetings sailors, and welcome to my last video as a community contributor for World of Warships, because frankly it's just all gotten to be a little bit too much. Now, this is actually not the first time I've resigned as a CC. I did over the whole phj back when it was a combined program, and after about a year away I was persuaded to come back by the newly formed Warships community team with the promise that things would be different. And you know, they were. Compared to how it had been previously, it was basically a breath of fresh air. It was really nice to basically be with everyone on one unified server. There's a lot of nice cross-pollination going on. I've gotten to know other CCs and staff members as a result, and that part has been jolly nice. But other things have not been so nice. I mean, a big factor for me has been the slippery slope we've been on with loot boxes since 2018, I think, something like that. I seem to remember it was a Halloween event where they first put the some of the camos in loot boxes, and I can't remember if they were ones you could pay for at that point, but I remember feeling some disquiet at the time about the notion of loot box exclusive content. And well, fast forward to 2021, here we are with Missouri going back on sale, except only in loot boxes. And honestly, it's well established at this point how exploitative and morally dubious they are as a mechanic, and the fact that Wargaming has chosen to embrace them so wholeheartedly has left me with a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. But more than that, it has been their reaction to our reaction, if I can put it that way. The justification was flimsy and self-serving at best. Now obviously this is a free-to-play game. Wargaming has to make money selling stuff in order to keep the game going, but previously I at least felt there was some sense of balance in how they did that. And I've always been at least a little critical of some of the high prices involved. There are very few actual microtransactions in World of Warships, and that goes for World of Tanks as well, and World of Warships really did take its cues for pricing from World of Tanks. But any notion of treating the customers fairly has kind of, I would say, gone out the window, but it's very firmly been pushed right to the back. And now we have the straw that has broken the camel's back, as far as I'm concerned, in what they've decided to do with the Missouri, particularly in light of that Q&A question that popped up from like 3 years ago, where I basically asked a very pertinent question of Sub-Octavian, and now here we are in 2021, and they're, instead of doing the things that they could do to easily make this fair to both existing owners of the Missouri and potential new owners of the Missouri, they're instead they're milking the player base. There's no other way to put it. They're 100% going for the FOMO factor, and yeah, it doesn't particularly speak well as to ethical business practices. Now, it's not maybe quite as bad as the big publishers or even smaller publishers that sell games, you know, AAA games, and then stick microtransactions and loot boxes in them, but it's still hardly a good and ethical business practice to exploit your player base, and it really does smack to me of prioritizing short-term profits over long-term health of the game, which, I mean, I like this game, and so obviously that's rather disquieting to me. We do have a couple of other factors as well. Submarines look like they are going to be shoehorned into the game no matter what at this point. At the moment, they are basically a complete parody of what submarines were in real life, but you know, that's what it's taken to make them fit, which just goes to show how little they fit to start with. And to finish off with, well, there's the whole situation with the Yukon and Little White Mouse, and frankly, Wargaming has treated her very shoddily. And it's very telling that I don't think they even realised what a gem they had with Little White Mouse. The way that she has been consistently communicated with and treated by Wargaming, it's just, again, it would have been so easy to take what happened with the Yukon and at least try and take something good from it, but again, Wargaming has failed, and again, it says nothing good about the upper echelons of the management and how the game is being directed overall in terms of its business strategy. So for all those reasons, yeah, I think I'm done. I'm done being a CC, and I might even be done with my own replays, but I have made a commitment on Patreon to keep putting other people's replays out, so at least you'll still see some World of Warships content, but I'm definitely going to be re-evaluating how much I want to be covering it, even though it might hurt my own viewership, I suppose. But you know, I have been here before. I really have been here before, so I kind of know what to expect, I suppose. Anyway, I expect there might be a couple of comments under this one, so you can let me know what you guys think. I am going to finish this off by saying, be respectful, not just in my own comments section, but be respectful of other CCs that have left. Be respectful of CCs that have chosen to stay. Everyone's got their own reasoning on this. I'm not trying to guilt anyone or insinuate or anything with this. These are purely my own reasons, and I mean, clearly I'm not the only one that feels this way, but there are, I mean, if nothing else, there are others who equally share this disquiet, who've chosen to remain in the program because they have hope that they can get Wargaming to mend their ways at least a little, which personally I don't share. I wish I did, but yeah, just don't be an ass to people. Basically, we've already had some of this, unfortunately, with the stream, I think yesterday as I'm recording, where TC Freer was forced to leave the official stream because the chat just turned utterly vile and abusive. Don't do that. Just don't. We don't need to turn this into a giant cesspool for no reason. Anyway, okay, that's it. I'm done. Yeah. Hopefully Wargaming will take this as some kind of wake-up call, but we'll see. We'll see. So that's it for now. Hopefully you have found some food for thought in this video. Don't buy loot boxes, and stay tuned for more.